of 45's polling collapse is breathtaking. Most ABC News poll in March showed his approval rating nudging at basically 46%. The latest poll released on Sunday shows him back in the negative territory at 43%, or around 40%. His personal favorability is net negative 13. His rating on handling the coronavirus has gone from a net plus 6 to a negative 7. Even more dramatically, from a statistical tie of 49% to 47%, in March, former Vice President Joe Biden's lead has soared to a 10-point lead, 53 to 43%. Biden has an enormous approval advantage among groups critical to his victory. Currently, suburbanites are more favorable toward Biden than they were towards Clinton in May of 2016, with Biden at a 50% favorable, compared with 38% who were favorable toward Clinton then. The poll was completed just before the extent of the reaction to George Floyd's unjustified killing had played out. Nevertheless, it's worth stressing. Even though, intensity of support for Biden lags 45, the backlash provoked by Floyd's killing could well increase the strength of Biden's support. The historic vice president pick might help generate more excitement, particularly if Biden selects a woman of color. In the current context, that could be seen not just as a rebuttal to the maggot crowd's racism, but also a reminder to Democratic voters how critical this election is. Second, while the Floyd killing lacks leadership skills and empathy, no one knows 5 months before Election Day how this episode will unfold in the weeks and months ahead. Normally, a Republican might be able to tap into a backlash against violent protests, as Richard Nixon did in '68. That worked, however, because a Democrat was in the White House then. 45 cannot be the law and order president, the law and order squatter if the cities are on. So far, he has looked weak and pitiful, utterly incapable of meeting this moment. Third, violence in the street crisis is occurring on 45's watch. The pandemic and the economic collapse, retail businesses that were already struggling to stay afloat may have experienced damage and are looting. More generally, that may have driven people back to their homes now, doubly concerned for their safety. The proximity of thousands of demonstrators, even if many are masked, raises the potential for a new surge in the coronavirus cases among the very groups, e.g. African American, already hardest hit by the pandemic. Fourth, it is entirely will get even worse. Well, it can't get any worse than it already has. A massive and disproportionate reaction from law enforcement, God forbid, which I don't believe in God anyway, but may result in even more prolonged destructive demonstrations. The longer for the explosion of racial animus and violence that helped ignite the greater and the thirst for change. In some, it says Biden could be well headed for a decisive win. However, no one should underestimate 45. One thing we know for sure is that he will have no qualms about making racial divisions deeper and investigating violence, and he's done it before.